Welcome back to Anderson's Smoke Show. Today, I'm gonna take these pumpkins and double smoke a pumpkin pie. Stick around, see how we do it. If you're new here, I'm here to show you that backyard barbecue can be fun and easy. So be sure to subscribe to my channel and ring that bell so that you can keep up with the latest content. It looks like only 12% of you are subscribed. What are you waiting for? Be sure to like the video, write me a comment. Let me know what you think of these smoked pumpkin pies. Now let's get started. We are gonna be making these pumpkin pies from scratch today. So that means we're gonna have to turn these pumpkins literally into a pie. We're gonna start by cutting these up, de-seeding them, and softening them up in the smoker, and I'm gonna show you how, so come on in. Now the plan is to make 2 pumpkin pies today. I've got 4 small pie pumpkins, and remember, not all pumpkins are for pies. These little ones, sugar pumpkins, these are pie pumpkins. The big jack-o'-lanterns, save those for your front porch. We're gonna start here by just splitting these pumpkins right down the middle. Now that we've got the pumpkin split in half, take a tablespoon or some type of scoop and just scoop out all of the seeds and all the insides of that pumpkin. And I'm just gonna set that off to the side, finish scraping this one up a little bit. Now, we're gonna need about 2 cups of mashed pumpkin per pie, and that's why I've decided to go with 4 of these small pumpkins today. Now that these pumpkins are cleaned up, it is time to get them into the smoker so that we can soften them up. So let's go get it fired up. Now for these pumpkin pies, I'm gonna use the cherry pellets by Camp Chef. Let's get this thing loaded up. All right, now let's get it turned on. We're gonna hit the menu button. We're gonna hit set temp. We're gonna go 250 degrees. Smoke level 10. All right. And with all of my Camp Chef grills, you want to open that lid during the startup procedure to ensure proper airflow. We'll see you in 6 minutes. The Camp Chef is up to 250 degrees. We've got it set to smoke level 10. We've got these 8 pumpkin halves ready to go into the smoker. So let's do it. All right. Now, I'm gonna let these go for about a half hour to 45 minutes face down at 250 degrees. And I'm doing face down that way that the smoke can kind of just collect up in there. I wanna get that smoke flavor into these pumpkins. I guess I got quite a bit of space here, more than I realized, so we'll spread these out a little bit. There. Now that we've got the pumpkins into the grill at 250 degrees, smoke level 10, we're gonna let them sit in here for about a half hour to 45 minutes. Then we're gonna crank the temperature up until they're fork tender. We'll see you then. All right, it's been 50 minutes at 250 degrees with these pumpkins face down. We're gonna go ahead and flip these over. You can see we're getting some grill marks on there. They're steaming, looking good. Get these flipped over here. Close the lid. And I'm gonna come in here, set temp. We're gonna go to 350, and we're gonna leave it at smoke level 10. Like I said earlier, we want these pumpkins to be fork tender, so we've got it kicked up to 350 degrees. We're gonna keep an eye on it and test it with a fork. We'll see in a little bit. Let's check on the progress of these pumpkins. You can see there that they're starting to soften up on the backside. You can see that by the way it's kind of imploding. A couple of these still have some time. They're definitely softening up, as you can see with the fork. It's more about feel, but that is starting to soften up. The sides still need a little work. I don't see this taking too much longer. We'll let it keep going here. These pumpkins are ready to come off the grill. I've got my cutting board here. I'm just gonna get all of them on. Check those out. Let's get these scooped up and get 4 cups of mashed pumpkin. As you can see, we've got these pumpkins smoked down. It's time to scoop some of that pumpkin matter up. We need 4 cups to make 2 pies, so let's do it. So there's kind of a coating that from smoking these pumpkins, there's kind of like a skin that developed on the inside of the pumpkin there. I'm gonna try my best to scrape that out. We're not gonna use that. It kind of toughened up just a little bit there. Not the pumpkin itself, it just was a skin that developed as it cooked. So now I have a teaspoon here, and I have a measuring cup. I'm gonna need 4 cups of mashed pumpkin. This was one of the smaller pumpkins. We got probably 2/3 of a cup out of it. We'll set that aside. We may need to scrape a little bit more out of that. Move on to one of these other ones here. This one has got a little bit more flesh in comparison to that last one. And I'm just gonna take my fork and grab that skin, like I said, that developed on the inside. I've got the 4 cups of mashed smoked pumpkin. I've got cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, and clove. I've got eggs. I've got brown sugar. And I've got evaporated milk. The recipe will be in the description. Feel free to follow this recipe or any pumpkin pie recipe from scratch. It's all about the smoker. So I'm gonna get these cans opened up here, and remember, I am doubling this recipe. Got all the ingredients in the bowl here. And I'm just gonna work on getting that all mixed in good here. I've got 2 graham cracker crusts here. These are store-bought. I think these are Keebler. I have the pumpkin pie batter here now, and I'm going to pour that down into this pie crust. And you don't want to fill it all the way. All right, those pies look ready to go. Let's get them over to the smoker. Now I put the top racks in, that way I could keep the pies up off the bottom. Now let's get these closed. What you didn't see is that I preheated my Camp Chef to 425 degrees. I want to give this 15 minutes at that temperature, so I'm gonna set my timer. Set a timer for 15 minutes. 15 minutes and counting, we'll see you then. The pies have been in at 425 degrees for 15 minutes now. I just dropped the temperature down to 350 degrees, and we're gonna finish it up at that temperature for about the next 45 minutes or so. Now you wanna keep an eye on the pie, and make sure that we're not overcooking it. I'll show you in just a little bit what I'm talking about. All right, we are 30 minutes into the 350 degree temperature, so that means we are in at 45 total minutes. You can see the pies are starting to set up, but they are gonna need some more time. So I just set another timer for 15 more minutes, and then we will check the doneness then. I will see you in 15. If you know anything about baking, then you probably know more than I do. But the next step is to let these rest for about 2 hours. So I'm gonna get them in the house on a cooling rack and set that timer. All right, it has been resting for 2 hours now. I am going to cut into this. So here is my twice smoked pumpkin pie. Turned out pretty decent, have not tasted it yet. Crust looks like it was just a tad overcooked. That's a lesson learned there. Gonna give it a try. Pretty good pumpkin pie, to be honest with you. I get a hint of smoke. Honestly, pretty tasty. Now, I will say I did learn a few lessons here. The crust was just a tad bit overcooked. Should have pulled it out a little bit sooner. I was afraid that the center of the pie wasn't done yet. The second thing that I learned about cooking a pie in my pellet smoker is that I should probably rotate it on some kind of cadence, whether that's every 20 minutes, because I did notice that one side of the pie cooked faster than the other. I could tell that by the doneness on the crust. Overall, it's a pretty good pie. I'd be interested in trying a few other pies. If you want to experiment like I did and try something new, smoke a pie, smoke a pumpkin pie. It turned out pretty good, that's for sure. It's different. Just be careful with the crust. Rotate it like I said, and don't overdo it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time on Anderson's Smoke Show. Yo, thanks again for watching Anderson's Smoke Show. Be sure to subscribe and check out that recommended video, and after that, my Facebook and my Instagram accounts. I'll see you there.